Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111. Last time we solved Skygate, and then we took a glance at Spaceport. I have not looked at this puzzle since last time, and so this will basically be fresh eyes. So, I kind of remember what we did last time. I have two UFOs and a rocket. And so perhaps the UFOs and the rockets need to have different behaviors. There's nothing with the rocket as rocket or UFO. UFO is UFO. UFO is not move. UFO is stop. But it could be push. So the fact that there's like two things here that have ice plus a space in the back and one thing here that doesn't makes me think maybe I need to use two UFOs and one rocket in order to make these changes so that I can get to the flag. And rocket is shift, okay. Rocket is shift. Seems like kind of a curious one. So if UFO is not move, could the rocket go by and just like shift this UFO and shift this UFO and then move? I like my confidence there. Yeah, so imagine I put a UFO here. Imagine I put a UFO here. Imagine that the rocket was sitting on the UFO at the beginning when I made ice empty and rocket shift. And so it would shift this UFO up here. And then we're also going to imagine that once again it's going to be nudged to the left and move when facing text. So it would not be facing text because it would have already shifted the UFO. So it's just nudged to the left and it's looking upwards. Then I could put a piece of text here. No, I would need to put a piece of text here, just above me. So the rocket would try to move into that text, would be forced to bounce off, and then would be looking down here and sitting on top of the UFO and shift it. And then not be looking at text again, and so get nudge, 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 another piece of text here, and then I'd want to change it to move. No, it would already be move. But it would only be move when text, right? Rocket facing text is move is what I was imagining. And so then I would also need another piece of text here. Okay, so I'd need a piece of text here, here, and here this time. And two UFOs, that's what I think I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing something. So even though this might come back to bite me, I'm going to go ahead and put this piece of text down here because I think it's going to need to be here. UFOs push. I'm going to go ahead and push one of the UFOs into position over here. I'm going to put the other UFO into position over here. Now I need the rocket to be push so that I can put it into position. And so it would be going, it's going to be nudged to the left and facing up. And yeah, so that would work. I would not want the rocket to be push. I don't want the UFO to be push. I do need the UFO to be stop again, though, don't I? And I just push the stop into a corner. Because if the UFO is not stop... No, it's fine. It can be shifted. And the act of shifting would also push the is, so it doesn't need to be stop, it's fine. And actually, yeah, it needs to be not stop because the rocket has to nudge itself on top of the UFO. Yeah, so then UFO and is are possibly the other words that I could leave in spots. Let's just try this out and see how it goes. So I said I needed a piece of text here, and I need a piece of oops, hey rocket. I need a piece of text. I still have another is over there, so we're fine. Piece of text here. And then I don't think I need this word push, so let's just get it somewhere out of the way but retrievable in case I need another word. That'll work. And so I think it's going to be rocket facing text is move. I did need the other is because I also need rocket is nudge. Got it? So push and is need to swap, so I need to get this is back out. Not a problem. Okay, is you stay over here where I'm going to need you in a moment. Push. You go out on a wild adventure over where is just was. And then I need move at the bottom. It's going to be something is move. It's going to be rocket facing text is move. Facing text, do. All right, and facing and is. Let's go ahead and get this is up into the corner where it needs to go. Right here. We'll get rocket close to where it needs to go. I think I'm ready. So we'll do all this bit. I somehow pushed this down too far. All of the text. Move was in the wrong spot. Move is too far to the south. Can I retrieve it yet? I still can't. Gosh darn it. Okay. That should have just been there. Let's go ahead and get this is up in this corner. And let's get rocket over here, and then rocket right there, and then I just have to worry about facing text. Okay. So facing text, you guys come over here. Boopity boopity boopity. Okay. So once again, do all those things. Rocket is not facing text, so it's not moving yet. Rocket's nudged left. It shifts the UFO up. It's not facing text, so it nudges left. Now it's facing text, so it's going to try to move and bounce down. It shifted the UFO. It's not facing text, so it's going to nudge left. It's moving, and it's going to do this, and we solved the puzzle. That was awesome. That is some of the best planning beforehand that I've ever done, I think. In terms of, it was good that Skygate was still very fresh in my mind. And also that the puzzle was so similar. But yeah, and it even involved belt to shift. No, it was rocket to shift. It involved the word shift, and I still did well, so I'm very pleased with myself. As you could probably tell. Rapid growth. All right. Text on text is wall. Can't put two bits of text together, so no cheesing the puzzle. Gigi is not skull. Baba is Baba. Wall is stop. Baba is you. Flower on Gigi is wall. Flower on Baba is wall. So getting across the flowers is a one-time gig that you then can't turn around. All right, understood. They're also, it still says blue, and so the walls are blue, whereas the other walls are gray. Am I making that up? That might be an optical illusion. I think I'm making that up. I thought the walls there were a different color. Okay. Skull is defeat, skull is skull, Baba is push, water is sink, me is win. Skull is move, Gigi is push, Baba near Baba, nudge are all the words that I can futz with. And it looks like I will need to sync at least two things. Something here, and then something right before me, and possibly some other things as well. And Skull is moved, but Skull is currently facing downward, so it's just going up and down, and its defeat. Skull is Skull. Gigi's not Skull. What happens if I say Skull is nudge right when Skull is already in the rightmost position? I'm pretty sure the answer is nothing. It won't change its facing, and it won't actually go anywhere. And now I have some confirmation that my understanding is correct. Okay. So, I could sync Gigi. I could sync Gigi. Let's verify that. Sorry, Gigi. We have to do science. It's important. Gigi is push. Gigi is nudge right. That also right. Gigi on flower on Gigi is wall, so that closes things off as well. But we could sync Gigi in there. Gigi's not Skull. Could Gigi be on Baba? I presume yes. And so one imagines that I could have done... let's think about this for a moment. Gigi's nothing right now. I want to be sitting on Gigi at the moment that Gigi gets nudged right, and so if I were... Yeah, I want to form a rule right there. Okay, so let's just try this really quick. So if I set things up like this, oops, like this, then I could do this. Oh, but I'm breaking the rule. That's interesting, though. I moved to the right, Gigi got nudged to the right, and Gigi pushed me after I moved before Gigi. I don't know that that's going to come into play in this puzzle, but it's just kind of worth noting that nudge plus a U move can stack into kind of a double move. Okay, near gives us a conditional, which would be nice. So could I say Gigi near Baba is nudge? Yeah, that's probably a better thing to do. So let's try that. And see if I can nudge Gigi only when Gigi is near me. And then I could sneak up on Gigi from the right. Yes. So Gigi near Baba is nudge is the next thing I want to say. Oops, I said Baba is nudge. I don't want to say that yet. I want to say Gigi near Baba is nudge. And then I'm going to try to walk with Gigi across the wall at the same time, except for you're still getting a head start. Alright, how do I not get you to get a head start? I need to approach you from the side, which means you need to be push for another moment. And once again, I'm choosing the longest possible way to push these blocks around to spell out the rules that I want. Okay, Gigi's push. Oh, Baba's nudge. Hold on. That was bad. I need Gigi to be push, but I need that not to be true. Okay. So, push you back to the left. Then Gigi near Baba is nudge, and now I can nudge Gigi by sneaking up over here. Is Baba push? Baba's Baba. Baba is you. Baba is push. So Gigi is nudging me. But Gigi's not push. It still feels like there should be a way that I can get inside Gigi. I can swap places with Gigi. But Gigi pushed me there. And if I go up, Gigi just pushes me. I just want to be on the same square as Gigi, which seems like it should be doable. Gigi's gonna get nudged to the right, and I want to move into the same square, but the problem, okay, and that's what I did. But the problem is when I move into the same square, then Gigi pushes me after I've moved in, because Gigi gets nudged to the right after I've moved into the square, and then I get pushed. So I think I cannot use this combination of rules. And if I try to sneak up on you from the left, you'll just be already getting ahead of me. Okay, so I don't think I can do what I was trying to do. I was trying to have both Gigi and Baba on the same square, walk across the flowers together, and then Baba could wait and Gigi would be nudged to the right and Gigi would sink in there, and then I'd only have one thing to sink. But that doesn't quite work. I could have just used Gigi's move. No, for the same reason. That will not work. And let's just witness it together. So if I were to say Gigi's move, then we'll have exactly the same problem, which is when I try to get on top of Gigi, Gigi will just push me. And I can swap places with Gigi, but I can't possibly get onto the same square as Gigi. And so we're still not going to be able to pass through the flower barrier together. All right. What can I do? Baba's always you, me is always win. So I do need to get Baba to me. So let me think for a moment. Can I possibly create multiple Babas? And if I do, do they all sync at the same time? These are things I don't remember right now. But I have multiple Baba words, and so I wonder if I say Gigi is Baba, Gigi is Baba, in order to convert Gigi into 2 Babas, and then I'll have 3 Babas. And then suppose all these Babas ended up on the same tile. Oh, they can't because they're push. Which one was the 2 Babas? The one to the right. So these 2 Babas both sink at the same time in the water, so it's not the case that one Baba sinks and the other Baba is still alive to continue on. And if it were, and I could stack all 3 at the same time, then one would sink in the first water, one would sink in the second water, and the whole puzzle would be easy, but I can't do that. Okay. A skull exists and Nier exists, and I haven't figured out quite why. It feels like if I could somehow nudge the skull to the left rather than the right, and have the skull near Baba is move, and somehow already synced Gigi into the water, then I could like chase the skull down to the bottom and then have it get nudged to the right and fall in the other thing. Yeah, that seems pretty great. And so is there a way to make the skull get off of that right wall? But I don't think there is. Like, I can't think of anything that could do that. But then what's the purpose of the skull? I can't say Gigi is skull. I could say Baba is skull, but skull is... Well, then nothing would be you. Although I do have multiple Babas. Baba is skull, skull is Baba? Could skull be Baba? No, skull is skull. So once Baba changes into a skull, it's a skull forever. And then nothing would be you unless I said, yeah, like... Yeah, okay, that's, I could use Nier. If I had 2 Babas, one from Gigi and one from me, I could say Baba is skull, but what would be the point of that then at that point? Because it could be moving? And then it could be nudged. It's possible. All right. Getting some ideas. Nevertheless, how am I ever going to get an object in there? Could I just bring text in there? Hold on. I can sync text, right? Yes. Could I sync an entire rule? No. So I could bring at most 2 words. Okay. What am I doing in this puzzle? So I could bring a piece of text. Could I bring a skull? And sync it? Yeah, I think I could. In fact, I could just get a skull over there, I think. So imagine, actually let's not imagine, let's just do. Imagine I have 2 Babas, and then I'm going to turn one of them into a skull. And so it's going to be Baba near something is skull. Not Baba near skull. Baba near something is skull. Gigi is the only thing I have, though. And I'm about to turn Gigi into a Baba. So that I'd only be transforming one of them into a skull. But Gigi's the only other word that I have. And Gigi's about to not exist. I could turn Gigi into Baba after that. I think this can work. Okay. This is kind of nuts. So Baba near Gigi is skull. Gigi is move. No, Gigi is Baba. I need to make become a thing at the same time. And Gigi... Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, let's do a crazy thing. So suppose I did this. I need to push Gigi in the right spot to do this. That's fine, I can just do this really quick. Alright, so Gigi's push. I want to put Gigi here? Yeah, let's just put this for a second. And then I need to have Gigi as Baba about to be formed. And so if I do this, Gigi became Baba before Baba near Gigi's skull. So in that case, is there a way to have move or nudge activating here? I don't know that there is. I want to convert one Baba into a skull because the skull could move across here and sink in the water, and then I would be almost home free, I think. Maybe. Maybe not, because I really need the skull down there. But I could nudge it to the right and have it be facing down. Yeah, this seems like it could work. So the problem is the timing here. Oh, wait. Baba is Baba, so Baba near Gigi could never be skull. Gigi's not skull, and Baba's also not skull because Baba is Baba. Okay, so this doesn't work at all. I forgot the rule in the upper right that says Baba is Baba. Okay, so that doesn't work. So I can't transform Baba. I could transform Gigi into Baba, but not into a skull. And the reason that I wanted it to be that was so that I could nudge Baba. If I just say Gigi is Baba and Baba is nudge... The problem is both Babas have to be on top of each other to get through here. Yeah, the reason I was trying to get the skull is so the skull could move over the flowers and sink something. Right. But if Baba moves over the flowers, then it's too late. Why can I not have Baba just be nudging right, bring a piece of text with me, move down at this moment so we're getting nudged right, because then I'm going to sink here at the end. I need to bring some other thing or have some other object. And it seems like that other object, yeah, really wants to be a skull near Baba's move, and somehow it would be a skull. But I can't get a skull. Is there a way to move that skull out that I'm not thinking of? Skull is defeat, skull is skull. Gigi's not skull. Currently skull is moved, but it doesn't have to be moved. It can be nudged right, but I need to move it so that it's facing left or moving to the left. What is the purpose of the skull that's already sitting there? Alright, I had another maybe weird idea, which is if Baba is moved, and I'm still in control of him, that means I can kind of move 2 squares at a time, which means I can get across some of the flowers without changing them into walls. And so, could I also have Gigi's move and Gigi's nudge right or something along those lines? Or 2 Babas. One just to the right of the other? No, because then it would create a wall, and if it was the one in the back that created the wall, no, they'd both be staggered, and so one of them would create a wall for the other. It's once I'm on it that it becomes a wall. So yeah, the moving 2 at a time thing, it's not the case that, like, Baba could be here and either Gigi or another Baba could be behind him and moving 2 at a time. Well, no, maybe. Maybe. Alright, if that's maybe true, then let's say Gigi is Baba in such a way I will be standing here when I do it, or standing here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say Gigi is Baba. I've got 2 Babas next to each other. We'll say Baba is move, and now we'll try this craziness. Right, the second one got hung up on the first one's wall. If it hadn't... Oh, that also means I can, like, jump over into the skull, but if I just waited here and the other one were still behind me, then I could wait and jump across. And we would have gotten 2 Babas through, and that still wouldn't have solved the puzzle. But we're at least thinking thoughts. What if Baba was move and Baba was also nudge right? Can I make a triple move? Let's find out. Alright. Just how fast can Baba be? Boots of blinding speed. Engage. I just moved 3 squares. Or 2 squares. Yeah, this is good. So if I move 3, I can move all the way there. It's kind of cool, but once again, like, how do I take advantage of this? Zoom! Alright, so I'm moving to the right one, Baba is move and facing to the right and gets moved to the right one, and Nudge moves to the right one, and all 3 of them activate on the same turn. So I'm able to traverse 3 whole tiles, which is pretty cool. And... I mean, it's cool, but it's not helping me solve the puzzle. I need to get either Uh... And let's imagine that I had a piece of text while I was doing that or whatever and was also like pushing it. And it could even be 2 pieces of text actually. Let's just, for the sake of experimenting. The reason I like 2 pieces of text is that would protect Baba from the skull. And so I could walk all the way over here. And so then if I had another entity, so it would either be the skull that's already in here that I somehow need to coerce into making a left turn, or some other entity to come with me, which seems impossible. Then I could get that other entity to come down here and sacrifice itself so that Baba could be win. Still feels like I'm kind of dancing in circles and not making any real progress. Could I have destroyed a rule like at the moment I did that and something interesting happened? Still don't figure out how I'm going to take an object in there. Could I use the multi-move thing to get Gigi on top of Baba, which is what I was out to do at the beginning? Suppose Gigi is nudge and move at the same time. Can Gigi get on top of Baba? And Baba could also be one of those things, maybe? So suppose Gigi is... I guess nudge and move at once, just like I did with Baba, just to start things off. Still haven't figured out the use for skull. Let's try just racing Gigi up here. It's going too fast. Let's move everything up a couple of squares. Gigi's pushing me. Because Baba's push, right? Baba's push is still a big deal here. And yeah. Now Gigi's always going to be... Oh, what happened there? Hold on. Gigi moved before getting nudged, and so Gigi is just kind of stuck like this. Moving left and then getting nudged back to the right. That's vaguely interesting. What if I just left Gigi alone? Well, Gigi would have just sunk, right? Oh, Gigi jumped over the water. That's also interesting. Jumped right over the water and never got sunk. Is it possible for Gigi to move the skull now? If Gigi were not one of these things? Specifically not nudge? Well, Gigi jumped over... Gigi sunk over there, but unfortunately, obviously, Gigi also did that. I can't say text on text, because text on text is wall. No! Yes, text on text is wall means the text turns into a wall, so the second piece of text wouldn't be there. Okay. I was wondering if I could have, like, Gigi is move, like 2 copies of the word Gigi or 2 copies of the word Baba, and be moving like twice as fast and jump all the way across the flowers. But I think that's not a thing. And I still haven't come up with a reason for skull. I really want to get that skull out of the corner. Like, I was gifted the skull word in this puzzle. I am clearly intended to use it. But but I don't know how to use it. Could I get GG and text to intersect? That still doesn't help me, because even though I can push the text through, because the text doesn't transform the flowers, if GG were there, then it would transform the flowers into walls. So that's still not going to help. So I feel like I'm trying to do one of two things, neither of which I can figure out. One is push a non-text object along with Baba through the flowers so that I can push the non-text object, or perhaps even a piece of text. Yeah, actually, push a non-text object along with Baba as well as a piece of text through the flowers. The text would get sunk in the water, and then the other object would be used as the second thing to sink in the water somehow mysteriously. Or, so that's one thing, basically bring two objects in. Or two is get the skull out. So sink a piece of text, for example, to get rid of the first water, and then somehow have a way to get the skull out, and the skull could be the second thing that gets sunk. And skull near Baba is nudge right, and skull is move. Could totally make that happen if I could move the skull one square to the left, because then Baba could... I guess it would be skull near Baba is move. Skull near Baba is move, and skull is nudge right. And then... No, that still doesn't quite work actually either. Need the skull to always be nudging right. Like, imagine the skull was already in the vertical corridor. I need it to always be nudging right. But I also need it moving down. It could only move down when Baba is near it. So then it could stop moving down and then nudge itself to the right, but that would mean it's always nudging right, which would open the question of how it ever got off. Even if I got it off the left wall, it would be nudged right, and so it would be nudged back to the right. And Gigi's not skull and Baba's Baba, so I couldn't transform Gigi or Baba into a skull. Skull, why are you so mysterious in this puzzle? Text on text is wall. Like, can I use that to my advantage to have a rule that breaks when I get two bits of text onto one another? That seems really out of left field, so I think no. And... oh, here's an interesting question. Suppose Baba were nudge right, and I were standing here and I pressed upward. I can just test that, right? I can just test that. So, Baba is nudge right. I'm going to need these words to be over here so that I can end up where I want to be. Skull is Gigi didn't do anything because skull is skull. Okay. Here we go. So, that goes in the water. I go down. I got nudged right beforehand, and I think I witnessed that over here as well. So when I was here, I'm pressing down. Yeah, pressing down moved me to the right. And so my action took place before the nudge. And so I need an action that gets taken place after the nudge. And so what about move? So what if I said Baba is move and Baba was facing in that direction? Wait, turn, wait. If I press down now, then it's just all of my moves. And if I wait, then I haven't tried to go diagonally. So basically, I don't think I can make a diagonal move with either of these. What about the combination? What if Baba was move and Baba was nudge? So let's try that one again with our crazy thing and see if I can turn a corner mysteriously that way. Still would not be using most of the elements of the puzzle, so this seems like it's unlikely to yield the solution, but let's try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. Down? Ooh! I didn't turn the corner. What happened there? Oh, I moved myself down, which did nothing. Then move kicked in and tried to move me up, which did nothing, and then I got nudged to the right. So this is not going to help me. I don't think. If I try to move up, that happens. If I try to move right, let's see. If I try to move left, if I try to move down. Oh, that's a diagonal move though. Hold on. There's something here. So why did this happen? When I moved down myself, then move push me down again, then nudge push me right. So it's Baba, move, nudge is the turn order. So can I use this to my advantage? Baba, move, nudge. There we go. There's a diagonal move. So I need... but there's no way to go upward because move is always going to bounce off the wall that's above me now and then face me down. What if I turned left? Oh, but then I moved and bounced off the wall again. Yeah, so this still doesn't work. We're getting close to something here, though. Oh, down! So what happened with down here? So I moved down, then move kicked in and moved me back up and I'm facing upwards, and then I got nudged to the right. So move down. Yeah, and so on this one... if I moved... I'm definitely getting nudged to the right as the final thing. That's up. That's down. That's right. That's left. That's wait. So none of these got me around that corner, but I am able to turn some corners. But it's mostly just because I got nudged. And obviously I still haven't used lots of words in the puzzle. Oops, I said return to map. That's not what I meant to do. How are we doing? I've stopped to think a few times in this episode. How are we doing in terms of episode time? Yikes. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Am I having fun? I think I'm having fun. It looks like we're out of time for today, so I'll have to think about this one off camera before we return to it again next time. So I'm going to say I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Baba Is You. For now, bye-bye.